Hi, Judd here. I got to play catch up a little bit. Just bring you up to date on a couple of things. Did a little work on this thing yesterday. I did get the grill secured. That turned out to just be a couple of loose bolts in there. And I got the monster off the back of this, which weighed so much. And I got the new platform in place, which I am thrilled with. Look at that tiny little thing there. Weighs nothing. Because this thing only has a trailer hitch load weight of 200 pounds. And that damn lift, I think, was close to that. I do got to put some lights on the back of that or something, to warn people that's back there. Doc was by today, more on that later, but he wondered how I was going to get my scooter up there because there's no lift there. That's just a platform. But I'm going to demonstrate how I get my scooter up on that. This platform was sized to fit this scooter. Okay, so we lock the wheel. Then we take this and just lift that up there, and then just lever this up. Boom, boom. There we go. So you see it's off center, but most of the weight is on this, so weight-wise it is centered. And I wanted the front wheel off the end anyway. That's part of my design. And I still got to figure out the fastening system. You see, not a big deal getting it up there. Considering what I had to do to deal with that other thing, the lift, the time, and swinging it out of the way to get it my thing. Oh, see, that's the thing. I can open the tailgate, the hatchback, no problem. I got clear swing on that. I didn't bring the key. But anyway, and then to take it off, take it down, and it's all leverage, man. Leverage. So Doc was over this morning and took care of this thing. The secret to getting this out was you have to take this off first. I took it off from this side. You get to take it off from that side. Take this off, and then you unscrew these two bolts, and then this whole thing lifts right out very easily. I just couldn't get that. And then we worked together, and mostly Doc, but my hands on occasion because they're a little smaller, and got the new brake lines into place and secured. Then we tried to bleed them, and we had trouble because things are rusted on here. This is the pressure release valve for bleeding the system. We couldn't get it done, and so we got some penetrating oil on it now, and the car's jacked up, and we're working on that. So I just wanted to clear up that this does come off. This part does not come off. That's where that heavy cable I showed goes in, and there's wiring and stuff. But if you unscrew these two screws, and then this whole thing is just in tabs down there and lifts up once you get that off. For you non-car people, because the car people, at least one of them, was screaming at the screen telling me, you're stupid. But anyway, so that's that. And then the other thing I did yesterday was, see those pieces up there, these half pipes I cut? 3 of the sections were missing those, and I've got to make those things last a little longer, so I put 3 of those. Used 2 tubes of caulk, silicone caulk, because that's the longest lasting stuff, to put those top edges back on where I've done repairs and where they're just flat out falling out. And one of the primary drivers of that, because this whole thing is falling apart, is these panels, which I've used in these sections to replace the wood, were $10 each. Okay, so that gives me $30 for a section, right? They've doubled in price, so now you're up to $60 a section just for the paneling. And actual vinyl fencing 6x8 is up to like $120 or something. Prices have just gotten utterly ridiculous because they can, and something's got to be done about that. Oh, look at that sky. Oh, baby. Wow. We pause for a momentary view of a beautiful sky. Okay. So I've got to make the fence last as long as I can, because I can't afford to replace that whole thing at that cost. So I need to come up with a new solution for that. That brings us up to date. And now, when Doc came over, he brought me a present from Miss Vicky. She sent me over a little bottle of vanilla, homemade vanilla. She makes her own vanilla. I mean, that's like manna from heaven. I think, vanilla is like the secret ingredient to life. And she makes her own, and she sent me over a bottle of it, a little bottle. And I'm going to use that because I'm going to go bake a cake right now, and I'm going to use that in it. I also talked to her about, remember the last cake? It was very, very wet. The batter was never batter, it was liquid. And I talked to her about that, and she says sometimes it's like that, and that's okay. And I'm going to do this cake again without adding the extra flour and see what happens with it. So let's go do that now. Once more into the oven. I'm going to do the cake again, the same cake I did last time, only this time I'm not going to add the extra flour. I'm going to go straight what it says on the recipe and see what happens. Very liquid, and I'm curious as to see what's going to happen with that. So everything's here ready to go, and you've seen how I do it, so I'm just going to go ahead and boom, boom, boom through that, and we'll get to the end. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and here is my beautiful new homemade vanilla extract, courtesy of Miss Vicky. This pan is kind of flimsy, so I've decided to put it onto a cookie sheet. And we're going in there at 320. Now I know it says 330, but I've tested my oven and it reads 10 degrees lower than what I set. So we're going to 330 for 50. We're going to go for 50. Remember last time I said I thought I could get away with 50? Yeah. See you in 49 minutes. One other thing, the Paris to Nice bike race starts tomorrow on Peacock. If you have Peacock, that's NBC's streaming service. They've got live coverage. I think it's 8 or 10 days. Big bike race, start of the season, of the bike racing season. So looking forward to that, and a heads up to anybody who's interested. That's something I was interested in at one point, but had a little more support when I was younger. I might have gone into bike racing. So I'm thrilled to be able to see it. I discovered last year, at the end of last season, that Peacock does cover live the bike races in Europe. They're mainly in Europe. And I watched the Tour de France last year, and that was fascinating. Anyway, so heads up on that. Oh my gosh, is it smelling good in here? Woo! 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Looking good. Looking good. Look at that. Let's see what happens. Oh, it feels good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Once again, we are looking at what appears to be good cake. Of course, we're also looking at a very hot cake. Hot cake. Hot cake. Get your hot cake here. That has to cool down before I can eat it or cut it or whatever. Yeah, so I'll cook up dinner and let that sit. Okay, And it's still warm, but we're going to go with it. Because I am anxious. Actually, we'll go ahead and cut that right across. All the characteristics appear to be very similar to what I made last time. As far as firmness, crispness, the outer shell. I forgot to spray, or I didn't spray. Purposely did. Oh, look at that. A lot more chocolate. Oh, look at all them chocolate chips. Wow. Mmm. Okay, the crust is not quite as thick as last time. Seems a little lighter. Let's see. Mmm. Oh, mmm. Nicer crust. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, man. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. Good chew, good taste. Mmm. It's almost got like a crackable surface. Very nice. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, man. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. I think I would cut down on the chocolate chips next time. Maybe go 1/3 of a bag. Because before, remember I had just the leftovers. I only had a few in there. And they turned out to be like little delights, surprises that you came through every now and then. Now I'm getting plenty in every bite, and it's more of a chocolate chip cookie sort of thing, the way I make chocolate chip cookies, as opposed to a surprise. They're there. They are all there. So I'll cut back on that. I would cut back on that a little bit. Mm. I cannot taste any lemon per se, but I'm sure it has an effect on the taste in a good way. Mm. I'll turn this off in a minute. This is good. Well, okay, so overall, the whole purpose of this thing when I set out, if you recall, was to not have to buy those very expensive gluten-free cake packages and instead go from scratch. And that has proven to be a successful action. This is actually a better cake than any I've gotten from a box. So, yeah, so we'll take a win on that. Mm. And if I want to make it chocolate, I think all I got to do is like add a half a cup of Hershey's chocolate powder, whatever that stuff is, Nestle's cocoa mix or something. Mmm. Wow. My dinner's ready, or I'd probably sit here and eat this whole damn thing. Wow. And keep in mind, I'm not even using frosting, because frosting doesn't like my stomach anymore. But you put some frosting on this, man. Oh, you put some vanilla frosting on this? Ooh, baby. Wow. You're going to be blowing people's minds. You just got to have a little bit more. Look at that. See, we are jam-packed with chocolate chips. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Mmm. So, I'm eating cake and you're not. Ha! Too bad. But, in any case, happy day to you. Mmm.